In this video, I am going to show you, how I help realtors get diaspora lead. I'm going to be showing you the secrets. Okay, so this video also for those who want to see the process, they want to work with me, they want to understand everything that is being involved, all right, in working with me. So, all right, so we are going to be on the same page, all right. So I'm going to be showing you my process. I'm going to be showing you my strategy on how I help realtors make sales with this system, right? Getting diaspora leads. So let's go straight to the video. If you're just watching me, see me for the first time, my name is Blessed Blx. I'm a digital marketer. I help realtors, real estate make sales. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so these are the leads. You can see a couple of leads which I've gotten already for this person. All right, these are diaspora leads already. This is their email and their name. All right, so these are the leads. High leads, like high, HN high, like high net worth individuals living in US. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so this is what you'll be getting in this video. All right, the cost breakdown, the management, okay, duties. I mean, what I'll be doing for you, the expected results, the art creative we'll be using, the platform. I want you to read this one is very, very important. The art creative we'll be using, okay, the art platform, and where do we run the ads? So in my own account or in your account. So we're going to be answering that question in this video. So let's continue. Now, the breakdown, the cost breakdown, right? To run this ads, to achieve this diaspora leads, to get this diaspora leads, this is the recommended advertising budget. All right, so the list is 10,000 naira per day. Okay, we can do above that. You can do above that. You can do 20,000 naira per day, 50,000 naira per day. But the list, all right, which we, if we're going to get started at all, the list is 10,000 naira per day. All right. And if you are starting with me, yes, you can start with 15 days. Okay. Which the cost is 150,000 naira, or you can run 30 days, which is 1 month. The cost is 300,000 naira. Okay. So the advertising budget is for Meta ads, which is for Facebook and Instagram. All right. And it's separate from my management fee. It's separate from my management fee, right? Okay. So that being said, let's continue. Now, the management duty, what I'll be doing for you every month. So yeah, I'll help you set up the ads, the Meta ads setup. This is what I'll be doing for you. The audience targeting, yeah, I'm gonna do the audience targeting for you to target Nigerians in abroad, living in US, in Canada, Australia, and all. All right. I'm also going to help you generate leads. The leads are going to come in for sure. That is the guarantee. The guarantee that I'm going to give you leads, diaspora leads. All right. And I'm going to be checking it, monitoring it, and see the improvements that has to be done. All right. There'll be daily and weekly and monthly reporting. All right. So I'll be giving you updates on what is happening on your campaign regularly, daily. All right. And ongoing campaign maintenance throughout the month. All right. So the expected result here is that you get consistent diaspora investors. All right. That want to buy properties in Nigeria. That is the expected result, and that is the guarantee that I'm giving it to you. All right. So your job is to close those leads. So let's continue. You get increased opportunity for your property sales. All right. So you get more people that want to buy what you sell. All right. You get access to diaspora buyers. All right. In Nigeria that want to buy properties in Nigeria. In this section, I am going to show you the ad creative we are not going to use, and I'm going to show you the ad creative that we are going to use. All right. So let's continue. Now let's go to the most important part of this video. Now, the creative that we don't use, all right, is using a creative that want to sell them instantly. For example, you are using a creative with price. For example, this is a Ibejuleki land for sale, okay, which the price is 35 million naira. So this is another creative of a house, all right, which is selling for 400 million naira. Now I don't use creatives like this because the barrier to get the lead in is very, very high. The barrier to get them in is very high. All right. So for instance, when we spend 200,000 naira on a campaign like this, all right, okay, we could get 1 or 2 leads, and which is not good at all, because it's not good at all. All right, because the barrier is high. They have a lot of questions to ask before they want to become a lead. All right. Okay. Now this kind of house, now, even if it's not even up to 400 million naira, even if it's a house of 200 million, 150 million, for them, they still have this barrier. They still have questions that they want to ask before they become that lead. All right. So, and we don't want to raise the barrier for them, and we don't want to blow up our money without getting leads. Okay, so we are not using any creative with a price yet. So I'm going to show you where that is going to come in. I'm going to show you where that is going to come in. So we don't want to waste our money and to get only 2 or 3 leads. All right. So we don't want to do that. Okay. So we are not using creative like this that have prices, even though it's 5,000 naira, even though it's 5 million naira stuff or 10 million naira stuff, 20 million, 50 million stuff. We are not putting the price there. We are not putting the price there. Okay. As I said, I am going to show you, where we are going to add that, where that is going to come in. Okay, now we're going to use lead generation strategy. So what are lead generation strategy? Lead generation strategy are strategies that, that depends on bringing them in first. Okay, the purpose is to bring them in and you reduce the barrier for them to come in. All right, you reduce the barrier for them to come in. So you can see this one. These are creatives like get the best property deals in Nigeria. As you get verified property deals in Nigeria, find secured and verified property deals in Nigeria. Get first access to new property deals in Nigeria. So I'm going to show you example of the creative I use. Okay, so this is a perfect example of the creative I use. It's very, very powerful and it brings in leads in. Okay, so you can see it here. Let me play it. Okay, so you have seen it. All right, now the purpose of this strategy is to get us somebody who is interested in buying properties in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Abuja, all right, all those kind of axes. The idea is to get them to say yes, that they want to buy a property in Nigeria. So you can see in this creative, there is no price side, no price on it like that, okay? There's no price on it, all right? None like that there. All right. So you can see this is a creative for only those who want to buy property in Nigeria. Okay. Now let's continue. Now this is the system. This is the funnel. This is the system that I use as the advert. Okay. And I'm going to show you where you're going to come in. Okay. Now let's run the campaign now. Now this is the advert, right? This is the advert. This is the ads. Okay. In fact, let me move this. Let me move this in there. Let me move this as it is here. Okay, so I'm just gonna, perfect. Okay, so this is the ads, okay, that I'm going to run on Meta ads, on Facebook and on Instagram. That is it. Now, when that is done, when they see the ads, all right, when they see the ads, there is a form that they are going to fill that indicates that, to help me qualify them first, which is to indicate if they actually want to buy a property in Nigeria. So the question is, are you looking to buy a property in Nigeria? Okay, are you looking to buy a property in Nigeria? So they have to answer yes or no. Okay. Buy property in Nigeria. So they have to answer yes or no. So some say, okay, they are looking to buy in 2 months' time. Some say they are looking to buy in 6 months' time. Some say they are looking to buy in 1 year time. So it all depends on when they want to buy. Some even say they are looking to buy immediately, right? Some say they are looking to buy immediately. They are looking for a good realtor to connect with. All right. So, but the big question is, are you looking to buy a property in Nigeria, so that we don't end up talking to the wrong person? Okay. Now, remember, this is the campaign. This is the advert. Now they answer this simple question, which is yes or no. All right. So as I said, in this campaign, we've gotten people that say they want to buy properties immediately. All right. We've gotten people that says they want to buy in a few months' time. All right. So this question is very, very, very important. Very important. Now, when that has been done, now it leads them to a place where they give their contacts. all right, their phone numbers, email, and their emails. Okay, which is very, very important. That is where they will be contacted. All right, that is where you will contact them, which leads them to this. This is where you are going to contact them. Okay, based on this their response. Okay, based on this their response, you have to contact them based on that response. Okay, so so now this is where, as a realtor, you are a salesperson. You're a salesperson. Okay, so this is where you call them to talk about this. Talk about this. Now, in that conversation, that is where it brings into what you sell. All right, this is where you now introduce exactly the property that fits what they want. Okay, some of them say they are looking to buy because of an investment purpose, all right, for shortlets, for rent. Now, you are the best person to give them exactly what they want, okay, that fits them. So if it's a house in Ikoyi and you know that this person can afford it, give it to them. If it's a house in Lekki, give it to them. If it's land they want to buy, give it to them. So you are the best person to give them the best property based on the conversation that they are having with you. All right, this is where you help them make a decision. Okay, help them make a decision. All right, and that leads to sales. Okay, so you can see the process here. This is the process. Now, we're doing this, it gives us a lot of people to call to talk to. It gives us a lot of people to talk to. With this, we can have 20 to 50 diaspora leads, 200 leads that we will be talking to. All right, but if you do only this, you will hardly get leads. All right, you will hardly get leads that you are going to talk to. You are going to be spending a lot of money. And now it's not because they don't have the money. All right, it's not because they don't have the money, but they have a lot of questions they need to answer. They need somebody to answer, that to help them answer. Okay, they have a lot of trust issues. All right, those in the diaspora have a lot of trust issues. Okay, so they're in their mind, they're asking, oh, they don't want to fall into another scam. All right, they don't want to fall into another real estate scam in Nigeria. All right, so they have a lot of questions just going on in their mind. All right, and now they are seeing a price and all of that. So they don't just want to just give you next step, for them to give you their contact. All right, okay, but using this strategy, it brings down the barrier. And with doing this, we can have 20 to 50 to 100 leads. We can get started, we can start a conversation with, build trust with them, connect with them, and sell them. All right, that is why this system has helped us to close so many deals. It has helped us to connect with a lot of diaspora, big clients. It has helped us to, break that bridge of not able to connect with them. So these are help us to get a lot of their contacts in. All right, the purpose of this is to get their contacts in first. All right, but at the same time, we want to ask them a very, very important question: are you looking to buy a property in Nigeria? All right, so which helps us to qualify them very, very fast to know who is actually who actually have the intention of buying property or not. All right, so most of them say yes because this form qualifies them. So they say yes, we get their contacts and the conversation starts. So this is where you call them, you have a conversation with them, you build rapport with them, you build trust with them, and you help them make a decision, and which leads to sales. All right, so this is the hard creative. All right, so it can come in different forms. So the hard creative can come in different form. All right, but this is how I use the creative. Very basic, very, very direct. Okay, to get them in first. All right, so let's continue now. The ad platform that we use is what? Facebook and Instagram. That's the ad platform that we use. Okay. All right. Now, where do you run the ads? All right. So you can either use, I can use yours or I can use mine to run the ads. So whichever one is available that is very, very active. If your account is good and okay and all right, yeah, definitely I'm going to use your own. So you're going to add me as an admin. So we're going to take it up from there to run the campaign for you. You're going to get diaspora lead straight up and start communicating with them ASAP. All right. Okay. So that is that in this video. Hope you got value.